Hello everyone, Real Legit Customs here. Today I just kind of wanted to talk about some crankbaits, more specifically the square bill crankbait. Now if you look here, I've got 4 different ones. 2 of them are the 2.5 square bill. And these other 2 are actually smaller, and they are the 1.5 square bill. And some people are like, well, what's so special about a square bill? First, obviously, the name square bill is because the bill on this is much more square than a traditional crankbait, such as this medium diver right here, if you notice, has a nice rounded bill on it. And what that square bill does is, one, it gives it a unique action, but it also allows this bait to hit structure and actually bounce kind of over it. And by bounce, this digs in, but when it digs in, what does it do? It lifts the back hook and the front hook up so that it helps allow this to bounce and go over structure. This bill will protect that front hook as well as lift it as it hits, say, a log. And what makes this a very useful characteristic, especially for someone, say, fishing from shore, is it will help you not snag on structures like stumps or weeds even, or bottoms, rocks. So for shore fishermen who are trying to use a lure like this, they are more likely going to have a potential for snagging bottom, ground, logs, branches, weeds. And we all know that once we're snagged, especially from shore, the chances of getting that bait back, if it's weeds, you have a good chance. You just pull the weeds up. But if it's a stump or you get this caught in between rocks, you're not very likely to get your lure back. But these square bills definitely help combat that problem. The other thing I like about square bills is I tend to do a lot of fishing in rivers. And the rivers that I fish, I'm not talking like the Mississippi or some of these bigger rivers that connect to the Great Lakes where you can find, 22, 25, 30 foot of water. I'm talking inland rivers, for instance, around me, the Kalamazoo River, where if I get a nice bend in a pocket in a bend, I might be talking 8 foot deep. But the rest of the river that I'm fishing, you're talking 3 foot or shallower. You take this 1.5 square bill right here, it's going to dive between 1 and 4 to 5 foot deep. So the deepest probably you're going to get out of a 1.5 is around 5 foot deep. And that is a great bait to fish on a river because, again, like I said, this bill is going to help this bait bounce over cover and structure, logs, branches, weeds, plus you're only diving 4 to 5 foot deep. It has a great rattle, has impressive action, and it catches fish. I have had a ton of success on square bill lures, and they are great for pike. They are great for largemouth bass, smallmouth bass. Crappie are hitting these. Perch will hit these. Not necessarily exactly what they're designed for, but they will. I've got plenty of people sending me pictures of crappie, perch being caught on these small square bills that they buy. Now this 2.5, it's definitely bigger. It will dive between 2 and 6 foot deep. Again, 6 foot deep when I'm fishing an 8 foot hole is a perfect depth for me. And the size profile, it's bigger, right? So that is also a plus. Sometimes we want to go with a smaller profile bait, but sometimes we do need to upgrade in size. And this bait right here allows for that. Gives you the same great characteristics, right? It's going to bounce over structure, help you get that bait back to the boat or back to shore. But the one thing I will say that this bait has that is better than the 1.5 is listen to that rattle. A little bit deeper, a little bit more aggressive. That is going to definitely help call in fish when you're dealing with a more aggressive bite. So something to think about. And as with all of Real Legit Custom crankbaits, our clear coat, we include a very high quality metallic like finish that we get from very specific glitter that we hand mix into our clear coat. And then, I don't know if you guys have noticed with this, but it's got a flip-flop eye. So from different angles, you're going to get different colors coming through in that eye. And all things that fish will also notice. And then you take this bait here, and that's just got a bright, impressive green eye. Looks really good on this bait. And as you can see, that high quality clear coat glitter just adds an extra flash to our baits that you don't always get from other baits. And a very unique paint pattern. You will not go into a store and find baits painted like these. This also has a flip-flop eye. You get some green in there, you get some red, and you get some orange. With this bait here, that orange right here is a UV orange, which means that under UV rays, like for instance, if I were to hit this with a black light, it would almost look like that orange is glowing. And of course our sun, the wonderful sun, has UV rays in it. And that just makes that paint color pop when it is in the sun. So anyways, just wanted to spend some time going over square bills with you and why they are becoming more and more popular and why I love to fish them. So any lake that you can think of where you're casting and you're dealing with structure, lily pads even, you know, this will help you get through lily pads. It'll help you get through a lot of things. Shallow, 1 to 5 foot, 2 to 6 foot deep. If you're fishing bodies of water where you think that you're going to be able to catch bass in that depth range, I would highly recommend considering square bills. Love the rattle, love the action, love their ability to get in and around and through structure. You just can't beat it. So if you guys have any questions about square bills, if you have any questions about our paint patterns or anything like that, you can always feel free to get a hold of us. Send us a message right here on YouTube, or we have a Facebook page. You can find us at Real Legit Customs. We have a website, www.reallegitcustoms, and that's REELLIGTCUSTOMS. I will put the website right down here so you guys can see that. So anyways, good talking with you. Any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to get a hold of us. And as always, remember, legit. Get her bit.